I want them to be like, this recipe looks great, you're so pretty. Not a first date.
Right.
It's not a first date food.
No. It's like, I'm very, very excited to see how it will all come together.
Me too.
Because you've got the black pepper and the biscuits, and you have cheese, and you've got this kind of spicy sausage too.
You know what? I probably could have just used garlic powder. Hi, welcome to Break an Egg. I'm here with the lovely Nicole.
Hi.
She's going to join me to make these biscuits with a maple fried egg inside of them.
I'm excited by this, but also I've never had a maple fried egg.
Are you a little scared?
I am a little scared.
Okay,
I just
fine.
don't
That's
know.
fair. When I read about them, I was like, that sounds freaky and delicious. What do you do here at Food52?
I do a lot of things. I'm mostly the community editor.
Okay.
So, you know, bringing people into the space and figuratively and online and I have my hands at a lot of different things.
You do, because you help me with a lot of things.
Right, I also am publishing your recipes
yes,
right
exactly.
now.
So like Nicole, I write a recipe and then Nicole reads it and she's like, what?
I didn't actually know the backstory of this recipe until I read your head note.
Okay.
And I have like some personal experience with, you know.
Maple syrup? Sugar Shacks?
Neither.
Okay.
The restaurant.
Oh,
Pied de Cochon. I went in Montreal with my husband for his birthday, and so I had a story that I thought I would sprinkle in.
I'm going to make some biscuits while you tell me this story. It's inspired by a recipe in the cookbook for this restaurant. Chef Martin Picard, who is an amazing Canadian chef that I have not been to.
Yes.
But as a true maple head, would love to go to.
I went to the main one. We ordered a rabbit 3 ways. And I don't remember, I only remember one of the ways. And it was the roast rabbit, but it came out with sprinklers in its eyes. No, not sprinklers, sparklers.
Yeah. There's a lot of love, a lot of passion, a lot of tongue in cheek in the cooking, and that's the best combination. Life is hard, you gotta have fun.
Yeah.
Put some sparklers in the rabbit's eyes.
I didn't realize that you had a lot of experience with Sugar Shacks and sugaring.
A lot is a generous term. I would say I have a observational, I've been in one. I have friends who operate one and make very good maple syrup, Bunker Farm. I've had the pleasure of being invited when they're boiling sap to come.
Right.
And that's just really exciting because you don't really know when it's gonna happen. It's when the temperatures are cold enough to freeze at night, but warm enough for the sap to run through the trees and out through the taps. And so it's kind of like an end of winter or early spring thing. True maple time.
Is the spring.
Is now.
Right. So this recipe, you saw it in this cookbook and you were like...
I saw it in the cookbook and I was like, I can definitely eat that. I want to eat that, but I'm going to do my own little twists on it. My sort of standard biscuit recipe is with a lot of black pepper. I felt like the spice would kind of be fun with all the sweetness. I'm using self-rising flour. You can sub it and it's easy. It's 1 cup of all-purpose flour plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a ½ teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And so if you just do that per cup, it's self-rising flour. Call for a tablespoon of black pepper. That's a lot. So I'm gonna do a scant tablespoon here. I'm not adding salt to this because there's already salt in the self-rising flour. It gets a stick of butter. It's like a Stella Parks thing. Is when she talks about pie dough, she just sort of talks about pressing the butter into these pieces.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic. I feel like it gives you more of those layers when you look on the side of your biscuit. You like to get your fingers dirty?
I would love to do that, but I don't want to heat it up too much, but sure.
You know.
I sometimes cheat and use, I don't know.
Bisquick?
Yes.
Sure, there's no shame in that.
There is a little bit of shame in that.
I mean, we're not in the South. I feel like if we're in the South, we could not talk about these things. We would have to be no, I make biscuits. It's my grandmother's recipe. So this is about 3/4 cup of buttermilk. I'm just gonna pour that in and make a loose little dough. Yeah.
When you make biscuits without making a breakfast sandwich out of it, do you put jelly on it or just butter?
Butter. I worked for someone who is from Alabama for a few years, food stylist. She's awesome. Set me straight on a few things, but one of them is making biscuits. She was like, white lily flour is the best flour for it.
Which we can't really get here.
It's so hard to find. There's one store.
Was that basically her trick, is getting the white lily flour?
And a few other things which I won't disclose here. So I'm just gonna kind of gather this. It looks a little dry and crumbly, but my theory here is that as it rests, it will hydrate. Mm-hmm. And so it's better to have it a little under homogeneous, like less liquid.
Mm-hmm. I love the black pepper.
Yeah, she's cute. I didn't use my hands. I didn't warm the butter up anymore. I used the bench scraper naturally to make some layers right off the bat. All right, so then that gets plastic wrapped.
Okay.
And rests.
And then you're gonna chill it?
Yeah.
All right.
This is definitely like a weekend project.
Yeah, like could you do
Breakfast.
the biscuits like the night before maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. There's a little packet of dough. Come on, Eugene. This guy here.
We can admit that this is the swap, right?
Oh, we all know.
Okay.
It's cat's out of the bag.
All right.
I'm gonna roll out some biscuits. Do you want to do some rolling out?
Yeah. Do you have another swap?
No, it's gonna be fine. They're just biscuits. That's the other thing is they're just biscuits. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna set you up
Okay.
for success and get your cutter out.
And how many biscuits does this make?
Oh,
It's a good conversation.
it's a good conversation to have. So I say 4, but it really makes about 6 when you re-roll it.
Yes, and then plus minis, little
In
babies.
Little mini guys. So
Right.
it makes 6.
Okay.
I was saying 4 because the other ones are not as gorgeous, but I think I just need to leave the food stylist mind.
It seems as though there's
side.
6 gorgeous ones, and then maybe like some offspring, some like 4 babies.
Right. A beloved and well-weathered soul pat. Pretty perfect little biscuits.
You're right, 4. It is 4.
Where are you from originally, Miss Nicole?
So I am from Florida, and then I moved to Long Island.
Okay.
And then New Jersey. So I often say I'm from the tri-state area.
Cool. It's triangle.
Also, there's so many New Yorkers in Florida. How about you?
I'm from New York City, essentially.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then you married a Vermonter.
I married a Vermonter.
And is this when you discovered your love of maple syrup?
I mean, I already loved it.
Uh-huh.
We already had the good stuff growing up. Luckily, we were not a fake syrup household growing up.
Oh my God.
Going to Vermont, maple creamies, maple soft serve.
Uh-huh.
Next level. It's like as if the Mr. Softy truck showed up and gave you the most delicious maple flavored ice cream. This is still fine.
Biscuit.
It's still fine. I don't know why I was being so fussy about it before, but anyway.
Oh, I like your little half moon.
Yeah, so these are, this I was not going to re-roll. Why waste good butter and flour and carbohydrates?
That's right. We could just dip that in the maple syrup.
Amen.
Okay.
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
Okay.
We're going to bake these now at 450 pretty quickly. They come up pretty quick. Would you do me the honor of setting that for, I say 8 to 10 minutes. I want to look at them halfway. So let's look at them in 5 minutes, please.
Okay. There.
We did it.
Okay.
Incredible.
I totally can own this.
All right, the next thing we're going to do is work on sausage patties.
Okay.
It's just like making a meatball.
Totally.
It's really easy.
Yes.
So
I often find it hard to find ground pork. I will just say that.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you mind to mash up that fennel a little bit?
Yes. Oh my God, I love how heavy this is.
I know,
it's
don't you
so
love that
insane.
I
Do we
love that
sell
thing.
this?
I think we do. We definitely sell that.
Okay, and then are you also
I would-
mincing this or
I would-
grating it?
I would love that minced. Do you have time?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get you a knife.
Into this ground pork sausage mixture, you're putting fennel and what else?
Sage.
Oh, sage.
Yeah. And then some maple sugar.
Okay. I hope no one is really closely watching my mincing skills.
It's
I can take it. I can take it. Bring it. You know what I mean?
You know what? I probably could have just used garlic powder. I didn't. I made you do that.
That's
instead.
fine. That's fine. I'll weather the evil comments.
Could I grab those? Nia, you're a lifesaver. Thank you. Sorry. 3 tablespoons of maple sugar added to this bowl with ground pork. The cooking school that I went to used a lot of maple sugar in all their baking because it was
Healthier?
Healthier cooking school. Natural Gourmet Institute.
Uh-huh.
All right, 5 minutes in. They're already quite tall. That's good. Just gonna rotate and...
Another 5 minutes?
Yeah. How much fennel? A half teaspoon.
Okay.
Of fennel and a quarter of the sage. Oh, teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper, if you don't mind.
Sure. You're gonna have a baby really soon.
I am gonna have a baby really soon. May.
Have you missed not being able to eat certain things? Or have you? Yeah?
Sure,
What
definitely.
do you miss the most?
I can't wait to have like a martini and like a medium rare burger. Like
Any weird cravings, like things like you never really enjoy?
Kiwis.
Kiwis.
Can't get enough of kiwis.
Oh my God.
Tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of maple, please. So I'm gonna just sort of eyeball this into 4.
Oh my gosh. All right.
That looks great.
Should I just take it off the heat now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take it off the heat.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the biscuits out. They're like a nice light golden brown. And then if you wanna take your beautiful
Glaze and just glaze them?
glaze them. I did a little flattening in the pan.
Because you're not wearing gloves and that's why you didn't flatten them into
That's
patties?
why.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why. The maple sugar in them makes them turn dark pretty quick. So what you don't want to do is walk away. Here's our 4 heroes, right?
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
they're fine. They're not losers. They're just a little different. They're not as tall.
Don't make them feel bad.
Okay.
Technically, we could just use our hands.
We could just be, if I was
But
in
then
my
would there
home,
be angry comments?
Probably.
Because, really?
There's going to be comments no matter what. I want them to be like, this recipe looks great. You're so pretty. How does she do it all? So this is done. This is done. Then it's the...
Then it's the eggs.
Then it's really showtime.
Yeah.
Commenters are going to be like, that's a metal utensil and you're using a nonstick pan.
But sometimes that's all you have nearby and you're
Sometimes
being really
that's
gentle.
all you have. The other thing is this Heston pan is extremely high quality and extremely well made. And
I do have the Heston, like, it's really good.
all these guys done.
This, we want to move somewhere else. I'm going to slice these in half.
Oh yeah, that's so helpful. Yes,
Okay.
thank you. This is so much easier with 2 people.
Do you have like people over for like brunch ever?
Nicole, I never have people over for brunch.
Right?
If I do, maybe I would make biscuits. I would say in my personal life, I am like totally not really a breakfast person.
Interesting.
like
That's
a,
fascinating.
I'm
like
like
you don't
a-
eat breakfast.
I am now because I have this passenger
Right.
who's kind of in charge. And
How much maple syrup are you using here?
I'm using 3 tablespoons of maple syrup per egg.
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it felt
really good.
felt good, felt right when I
Okay.
did it. So
So you have to also watch this so that it doesn't turn into like candy, right? Mm-hmm. All right.
yeah, but once it's kind of bubbling around the corners, around the edges,
Yes.
that's when it's time. Here we go.
You're a beautiful egg cracker.
Have some practice.
Okay. Oh, the cheese. Do I have to do something with the
Oh
cheese?
yeah, could you kindly put like a little cheese? Maybe we're gonna do a little fold or something so they're not too overhanging, or you can cut them in half. All right, so now the bubbles are slowing down a little bit, and that's when you want to pull it. This is not a graceful process. This is like a Hail Mary. Just get it out of the pan. The sausage patty is supposed to go on the bottom, and the cheese goes on top.
Okay. Sausage
So-
patties goes on bottom.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I like that we've made you kind of into like a brunch lady, not a lunch lady so much, but a brunch lady.
Oh yeah.
So how many eggs do I need? How many more eggs?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more eggs.
This is break an egg. Of course we have more eggs.
Okay. Good.
If we use the lid to help it get off, that's more graceful. We'll do that. So we fried all the eggs.
You fried all the
I
eggs.
fried all the
you
eggs.
did a great job.
Thanks. They look insane.
They're
but
beautiful.
We're gonna put them now in the oven.
What's the temp on the oven?
It's like a 375 oven. Watch them. 3 to 5 minutes. All right.
Those
Ta-da!
look awesome.
They look crazy already.
Should I get us a plate?
Oh yeah, would you get us a plate,
Yeah.
please? That would be great. This is definitely for someone who has stayed up all night,
Yes.
boiling sap, maybe drinking beers in the sugar shack, you know. You're like, I'm not scared.
I'm not really.
I'm just
yeah.
going in here.
I don't think it's too hot.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be drippy though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
All right.
It's gonna be crazy.
Amazing. This is so good.
I like the white part of the maple egg a lot.
Uh-huh. I have to say my favorite part is the sausage.
Well, you did say you do love a sausage
Yeah.
sandwich.
Uh-huh.
This is for people when you invite them over and you guys are already like, it's not a first date.
Right.
It's not a first date food.
No.
Thank you for watching Break an Egg. Thank you for watching Nicole and I fry some eggs in maple syrup.
Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Ring the bell.
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell. Comment, but be so nice in the comments.
Be sweet.
You can find the recipe on food52.com. What is the recipe called again? What do we decide?
The recipe is a maple fried egg and sausage biscuit.
Thank you, Nicole.